Hi, I'm Jim Frith, founder of Top Fit Pros. What is an intelligent way to progress your fitness? I've spoken in other videos about gradually leveling up your fitness, but how is that actually done? Really, how do you get there without pushing so hard that the whole process becomes unpleasant? Well, let's talk about that. The SAID principle, SAID, is what the fitness industry was originally founded on. It's called specific adaptation to impose demands. What that means is that our bodies are constantly adapting to whatever rigors and challenges that we are faced with in life, or whatever rigors and challenges we are not faced with in life. It's a two-edged sword. It goes both ways. So that means if we sit around a lot, then our bodies get used to sitting around a lot, and they adapt to that, meaning they become less capable of moving you around and being able to help you to do things that you want to do. On the other hand, if you push your body in certain ways, then your body becomes more and more capable of handling the challenges that you were imposing on it. So, what are some of those types of capabilities? Well, from an exercise standpoint, it might be sustaining a higher heart rate. It might be exerting yourself substantially without running out of energy or strength. It might be twisting without hurting yourself, or picking something up without hurting your back. In the outside world, it might be being in an unstable environment without falling down or tripping. Or it might be keeping up with your children and grandchildren without great fatigue. In your workouts, it might be working out with a high level of intensity without being super sore the next day. But the list goes on, and you could go on forever with that. The point is that it adds up to a higher quality of life, greater longevity, and higher self-confidence if you have your body adapt to a lot of different capabilities. So how do you get there? That is what it is to level up your fitness. Well, in each workout, you do what you can. That's where we start from. You take on challenge levels that are appropriate to the place you currently are in your fitness journey. You do a great variety of different exercises so that one part of your body is recovering while you work on another. And I don't mean like for a couple of days, I mean just during the course of the workout, one exercise after another after another. So you might do an exercise that does more with the upper body and then follow that with an exercise that does more with the lower body. You might be doing an exercise that's more straight ahead and follow that up with an exercise that's more twisting, and another exercise that is more lateral, side to side movement. But when you're first starting out, a really important thing to keep in mind is that you should be going easy, very easy. So when you're first coming from being sedentary, you don't jump right in and bust your tail as hard as you can, because that's going to be counterproductive. You want to go easy and let your body get used to movement, get used to exercise. That will help you to prevent injury, and it will also help you to avoid excessive soreness right at the beginning. Your body needs to have a transition. It needs to have an ability to catch up to where you'd like it to be. A big principle for you to keep in mind is that recovery is where your gains happen, not the workout. During the workout, you're pushing your body. After the workout, your body is adapting to those capabilities that you've thrust upon it. And that's recovery. So if you're super, super sore after a workout, that means that a lot of the muscles are clogged up with lactic acid. The tissue around the muscles is clogged up with lactic acid. You're not enabling the muscles to be fed rapidly. You're not enabling the muscles to recover as thoroughly and efficiently. So you need to give your body a chance to catch up to where you'd like it to be. So you work out at a very low level of intensity, very easy going, stuff that's easy for you. I'm not talking about just like easy in general, but easy for you. And then after you've been doing that for a few workouts, then you begin to gradually increase the intensity and push yourself to the point where maybe you have a little bit of soreness, but not a huge amount. That's how you get your body to start progressing while maintaining that habit of exercise that you're establishing and a continuum of doing workouts. Your body is being given a chance to adapt. So then, how do you push yourself to a higher level? First, you work a little bit harder by maybe using a little higher weight, doing some exercises at a higher level of progression. Now, I'll be teaching you progressions on these exercises. So just because you're still in the same intensity level of workouts, say it's transition from sedentary or you're in the more fit category, you're still in that same category, but there are different progressions of the exercises within that. So for example, some exercises are easier when you bend your knees more, or when you bend your hips more, or they're more difficult if you come up off of your knees and you're, say, on your hands and your feet. All of these things are progressions, and I'll teach you a lot of different progressions. So you may increase the progression level of the exercises, increase the weights that you use over time, all within that same category of challenge level for the workouts. And then eventually, after a few months in that challenge level, you may have worked yourself up to the highest levels of progressions and more weights, and you may be ready then to move on. And you decide when it's appropriate to move on because you feel like you're not challenged anymore at that level. So then you go on to the next level. Say you were at transition from sedentary, you go to more fit, and then at the next level, you move yourself down in the progression. So you start more at the lower end of the progressions on the exercises, and you do a little bit less weight, and you work through those workouts, and you find what works for you. You find where you can finish the workout, and the next day or two, you're not intensely sore. You might be a little bit sore, but not intensely sore. And then again, you work your way up in progressions, and then at some point, you may decide that you're ready to go to the next level of workouts. So this is how you do it. This is how you progress. Never push yourself to do something that you don't feel is safe for you. Got to maintain safety at all times. And never push yourself so hard that you go to intense soreness. Now, having said that, you may actually push yourself at some point really hard. You've got a lot of energy, you've got a lot of confidence, you really feel like you can work harder than you've ever worked before, and you may push yourself and be intensely sore. Is that bad? Is that terrible? No. It just means maybe you want to step back the next time. Maybe you can go down a level on the broad challenge level. Say you go from more fit to transition from sedentary, and you do a workout at a lower level. That's called a recovery workout. It helps your body to have the blood circulate. It will help to purge that lactic acid that's clogging up your muscles and causing you to be so sore. And you'll be surprised how quickly you can get rid of that soreness by doing recovery workouts. And then when you're not so sore, you go back up to that higher level again and give it another go. You maybe do it at a little lower intensity than what caused you to be so sore, but you still do the workout, and hopefully you won't be super sore, and then gradually work your way back up to higher intensity. So this is how you progress yourself. And following this pattern, you'll become much stronger, more capable, more functional, less prone to injury in your daily life, and more energetic.